Hi guys, it's Missy Maya back again, and today I am doing a video on mental health. It's something I'm super passionate about, so I think it's important. And today I'm doing 5 signs that you are in a toxic relationship. I think a lot of people find themselves in toxic relationships and don't know how they got there. And it's usually because we've ignored the red flags. So number 1, I'm gonna get right into it, is lack of communication. If you feel like you are in a relationship where you cannot communicate, it is probably toxic. And the span of what that means is pretty wide. For example, if you feel like you can't talk to your partner, if you feel like you can't express yourself in the fullness of like who you are, or you're going through something and you feel like you can't talk to your partner about that for whatever reason, you're afraid of your partner's reaction, or your partner really not understanding and doesn't make you feel supported, that is a definite red flag of a toxic relationship. You should always be able to talk to the person that you are in a relationship with. And that doesn't just apply to romantic relationships. It applies to familial relationship, friendships. I don't understand what the point of being in a friendship, relationship, romantic relationship is if you cannot express and be your true self to that other person. Sometimes it's you who is the toxic one. It's not always the other person. And I think that's something we also have to realize, that we ourselves have toxic behaviors. So if you find that you cannot express yourself because you're afraid, not because of anything your partner's gonna do, but because you have trouble with that, I think that can also be a toxic behavior. Number 2, gaslighting. So gaslighting is something that's come up in the past couple of years, well, the term anyway, and it's basically a form of manipulation where you begin to doubt yourself based on your partner's behaviors or what your partner has led you to believe. So an example of that is, say you're dating a guy and generally you have a very friendly personality, you talk to everybody, and say one day you're talking to a guy at the bar and your partner proceeds to tell you that you're flirting with this guy, but you know in your heart that you weren't flirting with that guy, but he continues to tell you that you were, and then like even brings other people in on it, like, oh, but my friend said he saw you too flirting, and then you begin to doubt something that you know that you weren't doing. That is the like preliminary stages of gaslighting. So once I started reading this book on gaslighting, which is called The Gaslight Effect, and it's by Dr. Robin Stern. Once I started reading this book on gaslighting, I realized how it shows up in so many relationships, not just romantic. At its worst stage, you begin to really doubt your own reality. You don't know what's real, you don't know what's not, because the person has eroded your intuition and your know, that inner know that we usually have, so much that you're just like not sure what's true and what's not anymore. That is a very toxic behavior and not something that you want to ever put up with. And that's kind of gaslighting in its like simplest form. A lot of highs and lows in a relationship. That's number 3. A lot of highs and lows in a relationship. A relationship should generally be a very stable thing. It's a place where you come for support. You come to, you know, have that kind of union with someone in a stress-free environment. Like, a relationship should not be a whole bunch of drama. If your relationship is a whole bunch of drama, that is a huge red flag, and it shouldn't be up here on Monday and down here on Sunday, and the cycle is just continuing over and over and over again. There should not be those highs and lows. So if your partner makes you feel really great, you know, and you're like, oh wow, he really does like me, and then later in the week he's making you feel like crap, that is not healthy. A person who really loves you is gonna steadily love you. It shouldn't be, oh, but when it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, it's really bad. Like, no. Something that my therapist often tells me is that relationships should be relatively uneventful. And yes, there'll be problems and there'll be things that you disagree upon and things that, you know, rile the relationship a little bit, but overall it shouldn't be all of these different emotions all the time. Another red flag of an unhealthy relationship is you're giving more than you're getting back. You're always giving to someone and you're feeling like, wow, I'm always needing more. That is a number 1 red flag. You should never be giving so much to someone and then feel like your tank is empty or like your well is running dry. So for example, if you're dating someone and you're always the one calling and you're always the one making plans, if you stop doing that, would that person you know, reach back out to you? Would that person be making as much effort as you are? Effort to maintain a relationship should be mutual. I call you sometimes, you call me sometimes. You know, I plan things, you plan things. It shouldn't be like I'm doing all the work and you just get to sit back and relax. Like, that's not a healthy relationship. And I know as a woman, like, you want to feel wanted. You want to date somebody that makes you feel wanted too, and that you're not putting all the work into. You're worth more than that, and yeah, you deserve someone who's gonna meet you halfway. So my other thing is, you feel like you've lost your confidence. Any person who makes you feel like you're not good enough is not the person for you. That's a sign of an unhealthy relationship, a toxic relationship. You should be dating someone that makes you feel like you're the best person on earth, that supports your dreams, supports your visions, cares about you, like wants to see you do the best, is constantly pushing you, and vice versa. You don't want to date anyone that makes you feel like, oh, I can do better without you, or you won't find anybody after me. That person really does not care about you. What they care about is control and power. And I say the number one way to avoid getting in toxic relationships is to know your worth. Because then you see the garbage that a lot of people will try to offer you, and you'll say, actually, I'm good off that one today. Like, that's not how I want to be treated. But when you have low self-esteem, you often internalize people's rejection. Usually when people reject you or they don't treat you well, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So I would just say, love yourself, get to know yourself, continue to pour into yourself, find a hobby, do the things that you want to do, because other people are never going to fulfill you, but you can fulfill yourself. And once you're in love with yourself, you'll find someone who is just as in love with you as you are with you. So again, those are just some of the 5 signs that I think are super prominent in toxic and unhealthy relationships. Number 1, lack of communication. Number 2, gaslighting. Number 3, a lot of highs and lows. Number 4, you're giving more than you're getting back. And number 5, the person just does not make you feel good about you. Just remember, guys, to love yourselves, to hold yourselves dearly, because that is the most important love that you can have, self-love. So thank you for tuning in to one of my mental health episodes, something I'm super passionate about. So you can expect more of these videos on the way. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment, and let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see in regards to mental health in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.